Hi, this is Ann from Duct Tape and Denim, and this is our Monday morning thrift haul. And I'm actually pre-recording this. It's actually Thursday today because I've been gone and I need to get some of this into my booth in Waxahachie with willing hands. So the first thrift store we went to in California was Savers in Walnut Creek, and it's one of our favorites. It's really big and there's always a lot of stuff there. The prices are a little bit high. And I'll give an example. The first thing that I'm going to show you is a purse. And every time I put these on a reel, people will comment, I can't believe you paid so much for a thrift store purse. This one was $19.99, but it is an Anthropologie purse and it's leather and it hasn't even been used. I don't know if you can see the tag in there. Another favorite area in Savers is the books to me because they have like a whole corner of the store is books. I think it's like 4 rows maybe. So here are the books that I got. Lad, a Dog. It's got a cover on it, but the cover's not in very good shape, but the dust cover did protect the cover of the book. I got this one because I had this book when I was a kid. I think all of their books, well, I think the, let's see, is the price. Hardbacks, I think were $4.99 for adults, hardbacks. Kids books, most of them were $2.99. And this paperback, I think this is 60s or 70s, $1.99. I've sold some of these before on eBay where my name actually is ABC Books because that's how I started out, selling books on eBay. I've sold some of these on eBay before, but I haven't found very many. I've never found any in Texas, so I was excited to find this one again. I don't know if they're still selling well or not. I didn't even look, but for $1.99, I'm gonna try it. Next, the bag walls. Y'all, I think that is my very favorite place in Savers. They have a bag wall on the back and it's full of little toys like little Legos and all kinds of little toys all bagged together, kind of in groups that sometimes go together, sometimes don't. This one, I'll show you. I bought a bag of dogs, but there was one horse in there. And I could tell they were heavy, well-made plastic dogs. Here's an example, the collie. They aren't branded though, so I don't know who makes these. I left a couple in California for my grandson out there, and I think the rest are gonna go to my granddaughter here, who loves animals. But there was this one horse, a Clydesdale horse, and that bag of toys, dogs, I think was $4.49 or $3.99. And this is a Schleck. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to see the name. The name is on the bottom right there. Schleck. Does it have a year? No, but it has some codes, so it'd be pretty easy to look up. So I'm going to sell this one probably on eBay, and that's going to pay for the whole bag of toys because I think they're going for like $6.99, $9.99. I'll probably go for $9.99 on that one on eBay. And then while I was there, I was talking to Jordan about bringing the dogs back for my other granddaughter, she decided to send me with this. This is my favorite one. An armadillo. Because we live in Texas and we have armadillos all over the place, she sent that to her niece. She also sent me with this bag of wooden spools. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet, so if you have any idea, let me know in the comments what I can do with all those wooden spools. I'm going to give you a little clue about one of these things that I found today. I found it online selling for $333. So you try to guess which one of these items that I'm about to show you would be worth $333. Now, I don't know if it's worth $333, but that's what it's listed for. The other bag wall that they have at Savers is on the right-hand side, and it's got like little houseware stuff, little decorative items, little kitchen items, office supplies, just completely random stuff. I had just looked at the candlesticks, and I was kind of sad because I didn't see any brass candlesticks. Then I walked over to the bag wall, and I found a bag with these 3 candlesticks in it. They're not exactly what I was looking for. They're trumpets. but they're brass. So the next bag that I found was also filled with brass. It has 4 brass pieces, and when I picked up the bag, this is what I saw. You see those peacocks? I'm like, oh my goodness, are those peacocks? Yes, 2 peacocks. Let's see how close I can get that to the camera. Aren't they pretty? Now, one unique thing, the tail comes off. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to or if it got old and came off, but I got 2 of those. So those will probably go over to the shop today. They would be really easy to ship, but I think I'm going to try them out in the shop first. And then there were these 2 pieces. Now, I saw them listed online as ashtrays. I would call them trinket dishes myself, but they're both made in Israel, and they're both brass with some green enamel. This one is enamel for sure. And if you know Hebrew, can you tell me what that says? And it does have one little chip right there in the base, but I don't think that's too bad. So this will go over to the shop probably this afternoon. But look at this, y'all. A hand trinket dish. It did say online a hand ashtray, but I'm going to call it a trinket dish. Because wouldn't this be fun? A fun little thing to hold your rings. And it says made in Israel on the back. Okay, this is the item that I found selling online for $333. Now, I don't know that it's worth $333 because the sold ones that I found on eBay were all $25 to $30. But I think they were buy it now and they didn't take offers. So they probably could have gotten more for it. So I'm going to try this on eBay first. I'm not sure what price. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what price you think I should start this at on eBay. And on all my eBay listings, I don't do auctions anymore. I just do buy it now. But I take offers. So if you ever see anything that I have on eBay and you want to make an offer, go ahead and make an offer. One more bag that I found. These 2 things were in a bag. These 2 cute little mushrooms. I was excited at first because I thought they were salt and pepper shakers, but they're not. And I really don't think that they're old. They look to me like something you would put in the garden. So, you know, Garden Ridge pottery or something like that maybe sold stuff like this. I don't know. If you've seen these before, let me know. One's more green, one's more blue. These will probably go to the shop. I wouldn't be sad if these don't sell because I'm going to stick them in my flower bed if they don't sell. The next thrift store we went to in California was the Goodwill on North Main in Walnut Creek. And that's the one with a nice view if you've seen it on my reels. This was also on a reel. This unknown item, which I really think is a nut cracker. Because see, I think you can screw that down to crack the nut. It was $1.99. They also have some bags. They don't have them on a wall. They just have them laying on the shelf with their other items. Let me see if I can open this real quick. Yeah. So this has 5. Unfortunately, I think it's supposed to be a set of 6. Cute little kitten chopstick holders. So those are adorable. Thought they were cute. Got those. And then these I think are also chopstick holders. They're fish. I think both bags. No, the cats were $2.99 and the fish were $1.99. I'm not even sure how many were in there. I'll count them and put a number up on the screen. But aren't they pretty? I mean, I don't even use chopsticks. But I think that the chopstick holders are very pretty. So these will probably be listed online because these would be more difficult to put in my booth to keep them all together. And I don't really like sticking things in bags in my booth because to me, I guess because I buy them in bags in the thrift store, when I put them in bags in my booth, it feels like a thrift store to me. So that I don't like. Okay, this last thing that I got at Goodwill though is very unique. I have never seen anything like it before. Look at this. It's this plastic thing, but it had these wires hanging out of it. This looks so unsafe, y'all, because look, it's all taped up. How did we ever survive Like here's a little light bulb that goes, clips in there, so it makes a night light. I don't think I'd put this in my kids' room, but I thought it was adorable. I will probably take out all of the unsafe wiring in the back and just redo the wire hanger here and sell it as decor. It does need to be cleaned up a little bit too. It's kind of dirty. I don't know anything else about it. It was $4.99, and it does say right here Burwood. So I need to go back and online and look that up. And that is all that I bought at Goodwill. Okay, that was going to be the end of the thrift store haul, but yesterday I had 2 doctor's appointments, and in between the doctor's appointments there was like an hour I had to waste. So what do? I go to a thrift store. So I went to the Harvest House in Burleson, which they usually have really good prices, and I found a bunch of stuff. I didn't mean to. I didn't need more stuff, but when I can get things at good prices, I go ahead and get them. One of the things that I got was this little plate rack, cookbook rack. It does have a little tarnish and some spots. I'm kind of thinking, do you think I should spray paint these? I don't know how that would work, but it's $2. And the little display racks like this that I have in my shop, they usually sell better than what's displayed on them. So I kind of go through those a lot, so I pick them up when I can get them for $1 or $2. Like usually $1, but when they have something special on the front like that, I'll do $2. I know Easter was just over. Somebody probably donated this after Easter. I have a lamb that did not sell, so I will just, when I take it out of the booth, I will just put both of these in my box for next year, which goes against my rule, my new rule for myself. So I may list them online, because my new rule is nothing just sits in storage. It's either in the booth or listed online. So now that I've said that, I'm going to have to list this in my online shop, which is ducktapanddenimshop.com. I have a whole vintage section, so I'm going to need to do that. This is going straight to the booth though. I already have a blue lantern there, so I'm going to sit this right next to it. Maybe somebody will buy both of them together. I love old lanterns like this. It does need to be cleaned up. The glass is pretty dirty, little greasy. Ooh, it is a little greasy there. All right. Next thing, I haven't ever seen anything quite like this. It is a glass paperweight, but in the shape of a starfish, and the back is really smooth. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. It was $4. A pair of vintage apple salt and pepper shakers. Salt and pepper shakers don't sell very well for me, but they were 50 cents a piece, so for $1, I got them because they're cute. Made in Japan. This is not a rare or a vintage item, but it was just so adorable. I thought this would be a great addition when I do my red, white, and blue stuff for the summer. And then if it doesn't sell, it can go on into Christmas because it's red. Y'all, it came from Walmart. It was full of cookies, so I'm assuming that this was a cookie tin from last Christmas. I do need to tighten up the top here, but again, just for $1, I went ahead and got it. Okay, and these are a set of cheese knives from Pottery Barn. They're all there. Oops. Do they have wood? Are these wood handles? Yeah, I think they're wood handles. 5 different shapes for different kinds of cheeses. So if you're a cheese aficionado, is that what you would call it? I don't know. Is there a special word for someone who is a cheese expert and knows, you know, all the different kinds of cheeses and what they go with and what knife you're supposed to use with them? They would know which one to use. I would probably just use a steak knife. But I might have to list those online because, like I said, I don't like putting things in the booth that have multiple pieces because it's just hard to keep them together. This is another thing I got. I'm going to have to back up so you can see the whole thing of this. I really need, sorry, allergies. I really need a smaller embroidery loop, but this one was $2, and it's big and it's very sturdy. So this might become wall art instead of using it for what it was meant to be. And when I went to Harvest House, books were $1. No, books were 10 for $1, sorry. So I got books that I wouldn't normally get, except, 10 cents a piece. And I'll give you an example. I love old books like this. Sadly, this one has it looks like a bite taken out of the front. It's probably insect damage, but I'll use it. I'll set it like this on a shelf and use it for a riser. Put something on top. And I like the color. Found a couple of Dorothy Sayers books. Love her. And then other just random books that I thought 10 cents, I'll get them. And then look what I found, y'all. I think I finally found the right one. This caused quite a stir when I shared on Facebook that I didn't like what my Kleenex boxes look like. I order them from Amazon. It's a subscribe and save, so like every 6 months they send me a huge box. And they've been sending me the same design for a while, which is just like a generic Kleenex design, that kind of blends in. But this last time, they were all like super bright, floral, tropical patterns, which isn't really me. And I got a little flack saying, your Kleenex boxes don't have to match. Well, I got a bland, boring box cover to cover my bright Kleenex boxes. This, I think, is going to become my new sewing box because Elizabeth is doing a lot of sewing for me, and I've noticed that our sewing supplies are expanding and kind of taking over, and I really need to get my table organized because I still have a lot of painting stuff. And right now she's doing more sewing than painting, so hopefully this is going to help me get organized. One last thing, a big silver tray. So some of the things that I look for when I'm looking at silver is the weight. And I can tell this is heavy. For the size, you want it to be heavy. Because sometimes you can get silver trays that are this big and they're really light. I think they're made of aluminum sometime. Sometimes you can get them at the dollar store. They have the patterns. It's like they copied the patterns of the expensive stuff, but they put it on really cheap, light. And the other thing is the pattern. How intricate is it? Let's see if you can see that. Look especially at the edge. These flowers on here. I look at the patina because the cheap stuff just doesn't age the same way. So if it's really super bright, I might pass on it. But if it's aged like this, I like it. Another thing, okay, here's the price, $4. This one is etched on the back. It says First Place Military Wives, 1972. So you figure if they took the time to etch something on there, this is probably a little more expensive. And then the last thing, if I can find it on here, which is sometimes hard to see, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this at all. Right here it says Spring Flower, William Rogers and Son, and it has a number. I don't know, can you see that? I can't tell if I'm even in the frame right now. But that way I know who made it, I know the name of the pattern, I can go look it up online, and I haven't looked this one up yet, so I don't know what it's worth. But even if it didn't have a brand on it, if I found something like this at a thrift store for $4, I would sell it in my booth for $20 or $25. Okay, and that is my Monday morning thrift store haul for this week from 3 different thrift stores. And I just realized there've probably been people and vehicles going back and forth behind me, so sorry for any distractions. I'm trying to find right now a clean spot in the she shed to record. So this is the cleanest spot in the shed right now. Let me know if you would like to see more thrift store hauls or if you'd like to know anything else about what I do as a business. Thanks for watching, and we appreciate you. Please like, comment, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. We'll come back next week, hopefully, or whenever we get another thrift store haul. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Y'all, I do this every time. I set stuff on the table behind me thinking, oh, I'm going to show them that when I'm done with what's on the table. And I forgot. I forget every time. So I'm going to get better. I am. I got a picnic basket for $4. That was really nice. Picnic baskets do well in the shop. And then I got this little basket full of coasters. I thought that was unique. It was $1 for the basket, $2 for all the coasters. All 12 of them are there. I think that's the total set. Now these I might sell in the booth because they're already tied together, and that might be pretty easy to just toss in there, and that's a very summery item. Okay, so that should be it.